Hey everyone, and welcome. You know when you click Buy Now online and a package just magically shows up at your door, sometimes in less than a day? Ever stop and wonder what kind of wizardry makes that happen? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain. We're going to dive into SAP EWM, the incredible digital brain that secretly runs the massive warehouses behind pretty much everything we buy. I mean, seriously, think about it. You've got a constant flood of boxes coming in one door and thousands of different orders flying out another, every single hour. How is that not just complete and utter chaos? Well, the answer isn't magic. It's an incredibly smart, incredibly powerful piece of software. So here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to follow the life of a single package. First, we'll meet the digital brain running the whole show. Then we'll see what happens when a shipment arrives, how things are managed inside the warehouse, and finally, how an order gets shipped out to you. And stick around, because we're even going to learn the secret digital language the system uses to make it all work. Let's get into it. All right, first things first. Let's get right to the heart of the operation. What is this system? The best way to think about it is as the central nervous system, the digital brain of the entire warehouse. So EWM, which stands for Extended Warehouse Management, is a specialized application. Its entire job is to direct and optimize every single physical process that happens within those four walls. From the moment a truck pulls into the yard to the second your package is sealed and sent on its way, EWM is calling the shots. Now, what's really cool is how this brain gets installed. There are two main flavors. You've got embedded EWM, where it's built right into a company's main brain, their SAP S4HANA system. This is great because all the data is in one place. Or you can have decentralized EWM, where it runs as its own separate powerhouse system. This gives it a ton of flexibility, but it means it has to constantly talk and transfer data back and forth with the main company's system. Okay. Picture this. A massive truck just pulled up to the loading dock, full of products. This is where our package's journey begins. This is the inbound process, and EWM is already on the case. EWM manages this like a perfectly choreographed dance. First, the truck is logged at a checkpoint. Then, as pallets are unloaded, they're checked and scanned. The key moment here is called goods receipt. This is when the system officially says, okay, I now own these products, they're in my inventory. And then comes the really smart part, put away. EWM analyzes the entire warehouse and calculates the absolute best, most optimized spot to store that item and tells a worker exactly where to take it. So our package is now sitting nicely on a shelf. But EWM's job is far from over. No. This digital brain is constantly working, thinking, and optimizing absolutely everything happening inside the warehouse. And this is where you really see its intelligence shine. The system is running constant inventory checks to make sure what's on the shelf matches what's in the computer. It's automatically triggering replenishment, moving stock from the back to the front picking areas when things get low. It's even playing a constant game of Tetris, rearranging products to put the most popular, fast-moving items in the easiest-to-reach spots. It never stops thinking. Now, if you want a perfect example of just how efficient EWM can be, look no further than cross-docking. Get this, a product arrives on an inbound truck that's already needed for an order going out. Instead of putting it away on a shelf just to pick it again an hour later, EWM says, nope, take that box directly from the receiving area over to the shipping area. It completely skips the storage step. It's the ultimate logistical shortcut. Ding, an order just came in. Someone somewhere clicked Buy Now, and it's time for our package to start its journey to a new home. This kicks off the outbound process, which, as you can guess, is just as tightly controlled as the inbound one. It's almost a perfect mirror image of what we saw before. First, EWM plans everything out, often grouping many orders into efficient waves for picking. Then, it sends a precise instruction to a worker. Go to this aisle, this rack, this bin, and get this product. From there, the item is guided to a packing station, moved to a staging area with other orders, and finally, loaded onto the exact right truck for departure. Every single step is guided. So we've seen the physical journey, but how does the system actually tell people and machines what to do? It uses a very specific digital language, a sort of hierarchy of commands. Let's break down how it communicates. Everything starts with a warehouse request. This is the big picture goal. It's the system basically saying, hey, our objective here is to receive this incoming truck, or our mission is to ship this customer's order. This is the why of the whole operation. Now, to make that request happen, the system creates one or more warehouse tasks. A task is a single, concrete instruction. It's the what and the where. Something like, move 2 boxes of product A from bin 123 over to the packing station. It is the most fundamental command in the warehouse. And these tasks come in 2 main varieties. You have a product warehouse task, which is for moving a specific number of items. When this task is created, the system reserves that stock so no one else can grab it. But then you have an HU warehouse task. An HU is a handling unit, so think of a whole pallet or an entire crate. This task moves the whole unit, everything inside, from one spot to another. Finally, the system takes all these little individual tasks and intelligently bundles them into a warehouse order. This is, for all intents and purposes, a digital to-do list for a warehouse worker. So instead of having them run from one side of the building to the other for one tiny task, EWM gives them an optimized work package, a logical route to get a bunch of things done efficiently. So when you put all those pieces together, you see it. SAP EWM really is this invisible engine. It's the powerful translator that takes a simple digital click on a website and transforms it into a perfectly executed symphony of physical movements, giving us the mind-blowing speed and reliability we've all come to expect from modern logistics. And that kind of leaves us with one big question, right? We've seen how incredibly smart this system is today, but with automation, robotics, and AI advancing at lightning speed, what comes next? What will the next version of a warehouse's digital brain even look like?
If you're in the SAP